MMAOddsBreaker, welcome back. We're gonna bring Liam McGeary back in to the studio today. I just realized because I do so many interviews, I look through and I forget you're still undefeated. Like you're the 9-0. You're about to hit that 10-0 mark. If you beat Emanuel Newton coming up here in Bellator on February 27th, have you even paid attention to your record? Are you just is it like, oh, I can't wait to get to 10? I can't wait to get to 15. Like, is it something like that now, or it's
no? I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of forget how many fights I've had. I'm telling people I've had 7 fights, and they're like, "No, you've had 9." I'm like, "Oh, right, okay." So yeah, now I don't know. I just keep going with the flow, man. I just keep doing what I do.
It's been working. I mean, it's not like you're only winning by one way. It's not like you're straining out a bunch of decisions, or you're getting a bunch of submissions, or you're getting a bunch of knockouts. Of your 9 wins, 5 are KOs and 4 are submissions. You never go the distance. You always end up finishing the fight. But here's something that I kind of want to look at. The last time you went to 3 rounds was your first fight, back in 2010.
Yeah.
The last time you went to the second round was back in 2012, June of 2012.
Yeah, that was the debut in America, I think.
Yeah, ROC 14 combat against Walter Howard. You haven't gone out of the first round since then. Emanuel Newton always gets out of the first round. He always finds a way to finish guys. He's got that weird, crazy spinning back fist that seems to put guys out. How do you train knowing that you're more likely to get out of the first round most of your fights, but you've got to train for 3 rounds in case it goes into deep waters?
5 rounds.
Yeah, but everyone does 5 rounds. Everybody does 5 rounds, but then people go into the ring and fall apart when they get inside the cage. All of a sudden, it's in the second round, like, I'm in the best shape of my life. I've trained so hard, and then you get in the second round, they completely fall apart because, and it happens to a lot of guys that have been the third round before, and a lot of guys that haven't been before. And you're one of those anomalies that you really don't get out of the first round much. Is Renzo or anybody giving you any grief about getting out of the first round and like you really got to watch yourself this time?
No, not really. And obviously, we're training. I'm training for a 5-round fight.
Okay.
Whatever I do is I do it for 5 rounds. I'll hit pads 5 rounds. I'll spar 5 rounds. I will train for 5 rounds now, and that's all I can do really. Just keep pushing myself.
Do you worry about the championship rounds? Like guys are talking about, 4th round, 5th round, getting into the later rounds. Is it something that really, as a fighter at home, we talk about, championship rounds, that's what the commentators say. But as a fighter, when you're actually in there, you're going, oh crap, here comes the 4th round. Are you actually thinking that when it starts?
I don't know, man. I've never been in the 4th round.
I mean, but you're training for 5 rounds.
I just think about it as the same, It's like the same as sparring, You sit down, you have a rest, you have that minute break or 45-second break, and then you jump back up and you just carry on going. At the end of the day, a fight is a fight, and it goes until, in my eyes, someone gets knocked out or someone gets submitted.
Right. Yeah, that's
all I can keep doing.
We've talked about this before. How do you feel about the judges? And you're kind of same thing I said. How do you feel like going to the 4th or 5th round? You're kind of like, I don't really know. I don't deal with judges. Like I don't let it go to the judges. It's not one of those deals that I do. And that we need more fighters like you that aren't going to go into the distance because how poor the judges are sometimes. And
some people have been robbed. Bad decisions, man. Real bad decisions.
This fight's in the Mohegan Sun Arena.
Yeah.
They're notoriously bad judges there. It's notoriously bad. So if it goes to the judges, anything can happen. Literally, the right guy can get it or the wrong guy can get it. It always goes the wrong way. Does that go into your game planning as well as that, hey, this is a tough fight. It's a title fight. It could very easily go into the 5th round, and I got to make sure that I win every single round. So you have to make little adjustments in every round to kind of make sure I blasted the whole time, but now I got to make a quick adjustment to make sure I won the round. Is there anything like that goes on in your planning as well?
No, not really. I'm just going to keep attacking. I'll be sensible. I'm not going to rush in, and I'm just going to fight my fight, and that's all I'm going to do. I don't think about those kind of things. I'm just going to keep punching them in the face.
Yeah. The reason why I'm trying to get real in depth on this one is that a lot of the comments have been on our other videos is that Liam's just kind of a simple fighter. He just kind of goes forward and bangs. Like we don't really get much information out of him. But that's your style. You don't think about, hey, what's the 4th round going to feel like? What's the 5th round going to feel like? Hey, do I need to win this round? I just attack. I keep attacking. I keep hitting him, and I assume I win the round because I've hit him more than he's hit me. And
that's all I think about. Yeah.
So how do you get to that? Because the rest of us get, as fighters, we get, oh crap, I got to win this round because I could lose this fight if I don't win this round. Like we get that kind of mentality, but you never really get there. Was it something that was taught, or was that just your personality?
I think it must be just a personality then, too, because I don't really think that much into it. You know, I get it. Fighting. I enjoy fighting. So and that's all. That's why I do it so much. You know, so I just go out there, I have fun, and whatever happens, happens. If I get caught, I get caught. You know, but that's why I train so much, so I don't get caught.
What does your girlfriend say about this kind of habit? Because it's obviously got to spill into the rest of your life, and you're like, I got practice at this time, I got training at this time, I got sleep at this time, and the rest of it's just going to kind of happen how it happens. Is there anything like that in your personal relationships that kind of go?
No, she's cool. She understands completely. I mean, she trains herself, so she's like, I'm in fight camp, so she'll come to the gym. She'll do her cardio, she'll do her exercises and things like that. So she's always in the gym anyway. So she's always hanging around. And then she knows I have to go to like the wrestling and judo and jiu-jitsu. So she does her thing, and then I just train.
Man, it's you have from the outside looking in, you have the easiest, simplest life that anybody could ask for.
Mate, that's how I like it. I like it nice and simple.
It is kind of simple. Now, you win this title though, things could change. All of a sudden, you're the champ. You're the guy everyone's looking for. You're the guy.
Everyone keeps saying this, you know.
So, what is going to be different besides the amount of money you'll have? Because obviously the assumption is you win the title, you have more money. I'm not talking, it's not going to be millions of dollars. It's Bellator. You're not making that kind I but besides having more money.
Then. I was like, have you been told something I haven't? Oh, nice.
I wish. It's but what else is going to change? Are you gonna buy something different for the house? Go on a different vacation instead of driving down to Miami and doing stuff like.
I'm gonna fly this time.
Okay.
There was I do have to go back to England. My visa's running out in April, so I have to go back and sort all that out. So I'm only going to be here for a couple of weeks. I'll go back there, sort the visa out, come straight back, and then I guess I'll jump straight back and do a bit more training and carry on doing what I'm doing and just look at my belt that's on the wall.
How long will the visa issue take you over when you go back home to England?
Yeah, it usually takes a while, but we've started the process now. So
okay.
I just have fill out a few more forms, send them off, and then my manager and the lawyers are taking care of it. So again, that's not a headache that I'll have to worry about.
If you don't mind me asking, how expensive is it to take care of this kind of stuff? To keep your visa so you can stay in the country?
The lawyers are the most expensive. That's going to cost a few grand there. But then when I get home, it's not. I think it's about £400 or £500, something like that. I end up spending over the time, but because I lived in Jersey in the Channel Islands, I'd have to fly from Jersey to London, do the interview there, so that costs money. And then if I was working, then I'd take time off work as well, and then so it could add up that way. But again, you don't really think about it too much. You just hand over the card and just swipe it,
Yeah, it's a necessity. You have no choice.
Exactly.
Which brings me to something else. This whole fight card is being dubbed England versus America. Well, you live in Jersey. It's yes, I get you're from England. I get your passport's from England, but you came over here to be a better fighter and to train here. There's we can run the list. We can sit here and talk about for an hour about how many fighters have moved to America from England to be better fighters. Is this really an English versus an American card? Do you look at it that way?
They've called it the British invasion. Great Britain is England, Ireland, and Scotland.
Right.
There's no Irish or Scottish fighting. So the only Scottish, I've got a Scottish family, but I'm English.
What about the Welsh? Are the Welsh in there too?
Welsh as well. Yeah, Welsh. I couldn't forget the Welsh.
we
Sorry,
forget about the Welsh.
Sorry about that.
I'm not.
Yes, there's 4 or 5 English guys fighting on the main card.
Yeah.
And they've just Neyman Gracie's now fighting on the undercard. I train with Neyman as well. So to be honest, it's an awesome card. Yeah, it really is an awesome card. It's looking good.
Is it Czech Congo and Mohamed Lawal are fighting each other, and so that's changed because Czech's obviously French. He's not English, and that kind of switched things up. But
is Czech Congo fighting?
He's fighting Mo Lawal, King Lawal. Yeah, that's Lawal's moving up in weight to fight Czech. Yeah,
so that's definitely happening. Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Mo Lawal the other day, and he said, yeah, it's 100%. Czech's in. I actually have an interview request in with Czech right now to talk about the Mola Wall fight, he said, "Hey, can we do it Sunday or Monday?" So yeah, as far as
Awesome.
like I'm getting confirmation from both guys. I think before even that most media outlets have that it's already been released. So good news is this won't air until the week of the fight. So by that time, everyone already knows about it. So we're not breaking it
Right.
at that point. So, well, let's talk about Emanuel before we break out of here. You've obviously watched tape on him. You know who he is. You've seen him fight. He's the guy that's got the title. So you know you're hunting for him. You know you're looking at dethrone him. Besides his weird spinning back fist that kind of comes from anywhere, what else do you see when you watch tape that he does kind of strangely?
Just his movement, is the way he moves. He'll switch his stances, and it's just a very, very unorthodox fighter. You don't know where he's going to throw something from, So I just have to be aware, and I know he throws these things. So that's all I got to do is just keep an eye out for him.
By the time of this interview is January 30th. Your fight is February 27th.
Yeah.
I will say this. I know that Emanuel's been on a movie set for the last month, doing stunts on a movie down in Austin, Texas. So he's not at home. He's not been training well. He's, obviously, if you have stunts to do, you can't train, that day. You've got to worry about going through a window or getting knocked down.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Arnold Chun is one of the guys that got me into stunt work, is actually his trainer. He also trains Tyron Woodley and some other guys, and Arnold is stunt coordinating. He's the lead stunt guy for a movie that's being filmed. So Emanuel's doing that, but it takes you away from training. It takes you out of your gym. Do you think if you were on set for a month before a fight, and then only really had 4 weeks of hard training again, and even though you could get some training in while you're on set, but then had 4 weeks to get ready, hard weeks to get ready for a fight, do you think that would be enough for a title fight for you?
Again, because Emanuel Newton goes to 5 rounds. His cardio, he's got very high cardio. He's fit. He's athletic. So he's been there before. I think with me, because I haven't done the 5 rounds, and everyone's, can you get out the 5th round, or can you get out the 2nd round, or whatever, So I mean, I would train for being my first ever title fight. I would want to train, yeah. But I mean, he's done this numerous times now,
Yeah.
So he obviously knows what he's doing. Well, I hope he does. So
yeah, and well, let's not forget, it also helps that his trainer is there with him, doing the job with him every day.
His trainer's not gonna have him not doing anything,
Right. No.
Every fight, if he's got to spare 20 minutes, right, go running or do this or hit pads or kick this or kick that.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. That's the way Arnold that kind of works himself in. So
yeah, I know. If that was me, my coach would have me running around with stuff all over my shoulder. Oh man, it'd just be putting me through my workout. And now do what you got to do.
All right, let's talk about month out. How's your weight?
Oh man, my weight's always fine.
What's dinner? I know you just got home from training. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night in New York. What are you going to eat? Have you already eaten dinner? Or are you going to get ready to eat dinner?
No, you know what? I was waiting for this call now, and I'm going to go for some pasta, some chicken, some sauce, and I'm going to cook myself up some stuff. Do you eat a special diet, or are you like a Dolce diet guy, or do you follow? Do you just eat and I eat healthily. I mean, I'm not going to go eat. I'll have the odd burger there, and if I want a burger, I'll have a burger. If I want pizza, I'll have pizza. But I will have chicken. I will have rice. I will have vegetables. I make sure that I eat the proper foods, but just mixed in with a couple of cheeseburgers.
Nice. That's Liam McGeary getting ready to fight Emanuel Newton coming up in Bellator on February 27th. Of course, if you can't get there and see it in person in the Mohegan Sun Arena, you can definitely watch it on Spike TV. Liam, thanks for coming out here, man. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of the night, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, man. Take it easy.